My name is Natalie Dell, a longtime fish volunteer. I'm here to introduce some clips of the new office of Wadsworth Fish. Fish was started by 4 women, Marion Muckle, Lois Davis, Joan Baumgartner, and Wendy Rayner. They saw a movie at St. Mark's Church about a similar organization founded in England in 1961 by an Anglican priest who thought that some old-fashioned caring was needed. They said, if it can be done there, we can do it here. It reminds me of a slogan I heard a small group of girls sing the national anthem at a Wadsworth basketball game. My worth, your worth, our worth is Wadsworth. In a day when the concept of good neighbor was being lost, Fish was founded September 1969 to be exact. Remarkable, yes, but possible. With a small group of volunteers, the following clips are an example of the culmination of over 40 years of Wadsworth citizens. Who knows where it will go in the future? If you would like to help, you can donate or volunteer. Our telephone number is 330-336-4300, and the website is wadsworthfish.org.
RSVP of Summit County has been making a difference in our community since 1972. RSVP volunteers are increasing the quality of life by participating in programs and organizations that provide important services to the community. RSVP matches personal interests and skills with opportunities to serve. If you're interested in adding more meaning to your life and improving the lives of others, please call 330-253-4597, extension 166.
Okay, we're here at Wadsworth Fish at our open house. We're excited to be here. We got Mary Ann here, one of our favorite intake workers and board members. And we got Dave Lilly, another board member here, and they both put a lot of effort and time and talent into making this home happen, and we're excited about what's going on here. So this is our entrance right here. It's at 153 Broad Street. The entrance faces Lyman, and we're glad to be here. This is our greeting area. This is where Dave likes to hang out. He says hi to all of our people as they come in, and they make everyone feel welcome, and this is our greeting area. Okay, here we are walking down the hallway of our home, and here you find our offices that we meet people at and interview and offer assistance. And there's a total of 3 offices that we help people with. Well, hello, this is another part of our fish home, and here we have our executive director, Lucy, another board member, Jan, Frank, Emily Dean's right here helping us out. We have Christy, our treasurer, and Jeannie's back here in the corner, so she's helping serve the cookies, but we certainly are glad to have their help and with this open house. Feel like saying anything?
Well, we love our new home.
It's very nice, yes, very nice.
We appreciate all the help from the community.
And this guy, they did a whole bunch over here.
And our painter.
Okay, this is our large community room back here in the back, and this is where the party's happening. We have Barb Leatherman back here. We have Bruce from Operation Homes. We have some of our other board members here, Lynn and Natalie and Chris and Lynn and Ruth, and we even have Wadsworth Radio here. And we're just happy to be here and welcoming our new home. So, now you come out of hiding.
No, I was just about the outway.
They have an aversion, though. Luckily, they can edit stuff, so don't want to be caught with a hot mic.
That logo's awesome.
It really is, yeah. Millen is his name. I can't remember the name of the sign company, though. He's a local guy.
Yeah, because I think somebody told me he lives right down the street from me.
Too.
Right, you don't have to try that.
Mary Ann, here's the mic for you.
Good. I'll definitely make.
What's that? was trying to find an on-off button.
Hi, I'm Natalie Dell, and over 40 years ago, I saw an article in the Sun Banner, our original city newspaper, about a meeting at the Methodist Church about an organization I had never heard of, a fish organization. I didn't know what it was, but it was to help people that were just having a bad day, emergency help for people that just needed a helping hand. And my husband and I went down, and the fellowship hall at the Methodist Church was packed. We had no idea really what we were going to do. In those days, we did not have even a temporary home, no less this palace that we have now, our first permanent home. We hope it's permanent. We'll see how long we are here. But anyway, in the beginning, people were just asked to stay by their phones for 12-hour periods. And the phone number actually went into the police station. The dispatcher at the police station answered the phone, and then she would get the some of the information from the people that were in trouble and call. She had a copy of the roster of the people that were staying by their phones at home, and she would call them up. There was one person that was on duty, and then there was a backup in case that person wasn't there at the time. So that's how it started. It was nothing like it is now. But a few years ago, well, right from the beginning, we thought there must be a better way to do it. A way of doing it one-on-one with the client sitting down across from a representative from Fish, hearing the story with their own ears. And when we started, we were lent the basement of St. Mark's Church at no charge, and we've been meeting there for years now. When I say meeting, I mean the clients would come to the basement of St. Mark's, and the problem with that was that St. Mark's used that space during the week, so we would have to gather up all our files and put them away in one closet until the next month. We meet with people twice a week, Mondays and Tuesdays from 6 to 8. We have people come in. They are greeted, and we have we have samples of soap and shampoo in case that stuff is rather expensive. So those people are free to take that and use it. Yes?
And I do what we call intake. When the clients come in,
Yes.
I interview them, and based on our criteria and their eligibility, we help them wherever we can.
Have you ever had to say no?
Yes, we do. Unfortunately, we do have to say no. We do have a 90-day waiting period between service. So if they come in after 2 months, we aren't able to serve them. If they come in with a utility bill shutoff, that is an extraordinary bill, like $500, $600. What we will do is we will make what we call an intent to pay, a promise. And we give them other referrals to go out into the community.
You do work with other organizations?
Yes, we work with all of the local organizations. And together, that way, not one organization isn't depleted all at once. We can all benefit. Everybody can give a little bit and hopefully help everyone eventually. If nobody goes without having at least referrals or some kind of direction for where they need to go from there.
Yes, and I understand you work with the Salvation Army.
Yes, we work with the Salvation Army. We work with St. Vincent de Paul. We actually work with St. Matthew's in Medina. We work with Marion's Closet. We'll refer people to Marion's. So just kind of any organization. We have information that we let people take.
Well, that's very interesting because even though I'm on the board and I've been with Fish for over 40 years, I never heard of St. Matthew's until recently.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, whenever we get a new referral, we put it out. We have handouts that people can take it on their own, so they don't have to ask us for them. Like I said, we refer everyone somewhere. We don't just put them back out and say, no, we can't help you.
Great.
So it's great to
Thank
have
you for all your time, Mary Ann.
Thank you.
They're all saying the lady that started it all, but I said it goes back to Lois a little, who cared about Lois Davis, who cared about the students down at Franklin and when they're being evicted.
And what was her role in it?
Well, my role was I was down there part-time. I was down there for what shall I say? I was a brownie leader. They had me come down and be a brownie
At Franklin School?
Franklin for a year to get somebody started. So I didn't get them started because they weren't doing too well, so I ended up doing it myself, and then so we got that. And that's how I got to know about telling about the problems and my brownies, some of them, how they were living and everything.
Yeah.
So that's how we got started, yeah.
And then Wendy Rayner was in it too.
Who?
Wendy Rayner.
Yeah, yes.
There was something about a movie.
She was in the other church. She didn't do so much of most of it got started in the Methodist church and everything, but she got started in going down there, and we met, and the four of us, did, yeah.
Came to find out about this organization.
Oh,
of yours.
yeah.
Maybe I could join and corrupt it.
Now, wait a minute.
Huh?
Glad to have you here, Honeybee.
I'd like to get involved.
Honeybee. Hey, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good to see you, yes. So that's how it really got,
Okay, but I saw an ad in the paper about a meeting that was going to be at the Methodist in the fellowship room.
Oh, okay.
And it seemed like we were elbow to elbow.
Oh.
We had no idea what we were there because we had never heard of fish before.
Uh-huh.
It was actually started in England.
They put a card in the window or something, help needed.
In England.
In England.
I would love to know if that is still going on over there.
I don't think anything of this going on that much over here anymore. I haven't heard
I know
of it.
Marge Rulin's son John lives in Alaska, and he was going to he saw an ad for a fundraiser for fish.
Mm-hmm. Good.
And he thought fish was just in Wadsworth.
Yeah.
And he was very surprised that it is active today in Alaska.
And you're saying we're on. This is
a taping to be shown on WCTV. It'll be edited.
Okay.
So.
You're still doing that?
Oh, yes.
Well, a recent story I told my husband, we were going by the Goodyear place in Blimp, and one year United Way actually had an open house at the Blimp for different people from United Way and they had to put up booths and say what they were doing. And mine was fish. And I was sitting there and the lady came, she said, "You seem very nice, but I have to tell you, I don't believe in what you do." And I said, "Oh," and she said, "I feel sorry for those little fishies that they catch." And I said, "I do too." And then I explained to her what fish did, but that was a memorable thing.
Yeah, the name fish got a lot of people confused. I can remember when we collected canned goods, and it was collect food for fish. Everybody wondered what fish we were feeding.
Right.
But anyway, we've come a long way.
Well, it's unbelievable.
To think that it started with just people sitting by their phones for 12-hour shifts at home.
Had to stay handy to the phone, right?
We always thought it would be better to talk to the people that needed help face to face. And that didn't happen until we got space in the basement of St. Mark's.
That's right. That's right.
So it's been a step-by-step journey.
Yes, it has.
And you were at the very beginning.
The very beginning.
And you had no idea when you went to see that movie what you were starting to roll.
No, we had no idea.
But you started a big rock that has grown and grown.
That's right.
And who knows how it'll end up.
offhand.
We don't know,
But the one thing is, there are a lot of organizations, but this is the one now that serves Wadsworth people in the territory.
and all our income comes from
Donations,
from Wadsworth. We don't take funds from United Way anymore.
not anymore, but they were a big help.
Yes.
Because a lot of our local people worked in Akron, and so they were always asked to donate, so they donated there, and then it was understood that it came back to Fish then. So we had people, $1,000 would donate to
Right.
United Way back
And I
come
can
back
remember
to
when
Fish.
you used to get down to pennies in your treasury,
Yes.
and your motto was, "We'll help people as long as we have the money, and when we don't
Well,
have
not
any
only
more."
that, I had some personal friends that when I got down low, I said, "Guess who? It's Marion. We need a little help again," and they said, "Call us anytime," and we just kept going because
So you
of
were
that.
like a professional beggar, huh?
For a few people who had volunteered to do it,
Yes.
yes, till the next money came in.
Right.
But we never really ran out of money completely.
And you never ran out of people.
No, we didn't. No.
I mean, the whole board now is completely different from when we used to meet
Oh,
at the
yes.
Methodist Church.
Right. Yes,
I
it is.
wasn't on the board in the beginning. I was just by my phone,
Uh-huh.
and I swore I would never ever drive because I didn't get my license till I was 28, and I really did not enjoy driving. But I had such a hard time getting people from the transportation list to do the driving that I decided it would be easier just to do
And then
it
you
myself.
have your good husband too, who
Oh,
did a
yes.
lot of driving.
Oh yes.
We had certain people, including you, that had people that only wanted certain people to come and pick them up that we
Right.
won't mention anymore. But and we did driving for the hospital.
And for battered. I remember you calling our house one night saying that there was a person in Wadsworth that needed to be driven to the battered
women.
We were not even allowed to go to the battered women. We had to go to a driveway in front
That's
of
right.
in front of a girl. I don't know what it was, a church or something.
Mm-hmm.
But they are very careful about keeping their
Oh yes,
locations.
they need to. Yes. A lot of
secret.
memories, a lot of wonderful
Yes.
people that we met along
Yes.
the way too. So, yeah.
And the person you didn't mention, I remember hearing that you showed her, she said that you showed her a different way to live. And she kind of got her act together. And then her sister was somebody that was very sick in the hospital, and I drove her to the hospital.
Yes, that's right.
And one day she said to me, I thought I was just going to the hospital to drive her to the hospital for her to see her sister. And she said to me, I've been spending the whole day trying to find a reverend.
I have not seen her for a
Well,
while.
hello, yes, good to see you.
How are you?
Doing better, thank you. Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
We'll talk, yeah.
Well, and over there you see, where'd she get to? Doris Byers, who of course was...
Is she here too?
Yes, she just walked in behind.
There she is. Doris!
I'll
Doris!
let Doris take my spot here. It's good talking to you, but
Come here.
you were amazing.
I have some reluctant interviewees. Would you take a seat and tell about your beginnings with fish? This is Doris Byers, and she is...
Come around this way, Doris, if you want to get through.
Yes, and we did exercises in the basement of the Methodist Church so that we would learn what to do to handle the telephone calls and everything.
You don't mean physical exercises.
No, no. Telephone answering exercises.
Okay.
That type of thing. And then we got started, and then we had our, the police department was our answering machine, and we had a roster of people that answered, that they could relay the messages to day and night. And that went on for some years. And then finally we got our own phone. And they didn't have to intercept
And where
for us.
was the phone?
Well, it's now an answering machine. You call it in, the number.
And where is it located?
In the telephone. We don't have it on, or we don't have it in, I don't know unless they've got it here. Unless they've got something here.
The mic is in my nose.
Oh.
Make it lower.
But Marion and I worked for 30 years on this, so it was a few years.
Yes.
Met a lot of people. Had a lot
You
of
were very active in the Christmas business too, right?
Yes.
And Harold, your husband?
My husband did home deliveries.
Yes.
And he used to take people home from the hospital when they didn't have any way to get them home. He would go out, the hospital would call, and he would go out and pick the people up and take them home. And we did that for several years. We took people to the airport, various transportation problems. Then they cut up. I don't think they do transportation anymore.
No, actually, Faith in Action came in, and they're purely transportation, I believe.
Okay.
But they're having a hard time getting volunteers because so many people are working during the day. That's the problem with every volunteer organization today, is getting volunteers.
Right. Yeah.
You know, in our day, very few women worked outside the home.
That's right.
But we were available to help. So.
But it was an experience that was sometimes frustrating, but sometimes you really had a feeling of accomplishment when you were able to help these people.
Yeah, and the only time Marion would get away, you were the first person she called to have the checkbook.
Yes.
You let her be a substitute for Marion. You did that very often.
Yes.
I did it once. And I was going away. I didn't even have time to pack. I went to your house to deliver the checkbook to you, and you were going to take over for me. And you just said I looked so exhausted. And I was. And I think there were only 16 calls. But they seemed like a mountain to me.
You could get that many calls in a day. At that time, you know.
And now it's even more.
I don't know what the percentage is now.
I think it's a lot more today. But at least now we have this a place where we can meet people face to face.
Right, and we weren't able to do that in the past.
Yeah, and that was not as efficient.
This is great. I think this building is just wonderful.
Yes, we're very grateful to Quality Heating and Cooling because they leased the whole place from Mr. Price in Wadsworth that owns these buildings.
Okay.
And they're letting us use this part of the building free of charge. And we're very grateful.
That's wonderful.
They are marvelous.
Oh, that's really good news. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you very much, Doris.
You're welcome, Natalie.
Okay, here we have...
Len Marr.
And you are?
Vice President of Wadsworth Fish.
And you're involved with the Christmas program?
Right.
Can you tell anybody a little bit about it?
Sure. The Christmas program, in October, we send out letters to previous clients, and we also advertise the Adopt a Family Christmas program that we've had for a number of years. This is a program where people come in, we have a form that they fill out, and list some of the gifts. They put their number of kids, the age, some of the gifts that their kids might like to have, and then we take that information, compile it, and then a number of the churches and organizations do what we call Adopt a Family. And this is where we send, we don't send anybody's personal information out. Everything is put in numbers form where you're adopting a child that maybe a boy that is 10 years old and he'd like a scooter or a bicycle or something. And we have families that adopt these families, and after this all takes place, we notify them. Summa Hospital, Summa Wadsworth, has been very gracious to let us use the rooms at the hospital is where we give out the gifts. It usually takes us about a day and a half to distribute all the gifts.
Now, in the old days, we used to deliver them to the people.
But because of concerns with safety and other concerns, we feel it's better for them to come and pick it up at the hospital. And it's worked out extremely well in years past.
And then we have over here,
Hello, I'm Lucy Harvey, the Executive Director. And I'm also involved with Christmas, and we've had very many successful seasons with our Christmas program because the folks in Wadsworth are all very, very generous. And every year we have people, groups, different organizations, churches who want to help. We have folks who donate pajamas, t-shirts, books, socks, hats, all kinds of items to supplement the gifts that are adopted by, or that families have adopted. So, as always, Fish has been very fortunate with the generosity of the Wadsworth community.
Yes, it has.
Yes.
It's a hometown project.
It's a hometown project, and I would say that for a lot of us, it's an endeavor of love, and it's evident with our donors that there's a lot of caring and compassion for those in need.
Yeah, Wadsworth is a very giving community.
Right.
They meet our needs. We've been very fortunate and very blessed.
And I think the thing that I've enjoyed the most with it is that it's all the different churches, and we're not trying to convert anybody. There's no dogma in our board meetings, and we're all people trying to be the hands of Christ to help make this a better world.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
That might sound rather simple, but it does take a lot of hours and time, which we're all very willing and happy to give.
We are.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're always eager to have new faces join us. So anyone who would like to volunteer, we always have things to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for watching today's view through our kaleidoscope. We hope you enjoyed it and that you will remember our sponsor, RSVP, part of Mature Services. RSVP offers adults age 55 and over volunteer opportunities in the local community. For more information about RSVP, call the number on the screen. This is Natalie Dell saying goodbye for now.
Since 1971, RSVP has been matching volunteers' talents to community needs. RSVP is affiliated with the Corporation for National and Community Service, a national organization that supports service and volunteering through grant-funded projects. Volunteers organize neighborhood watch programs, tutor children, renovate homes, plant community gardens, assist victims of natural disasters, and serve their communities in many other ways. RSVP offers maximum flexibility and choice to its volunteers as it matches the personal interests and skills of Americans 55 and older with opportunities to serve their communities. If you're interested in adding more meaning to your life and improving the lives of others, please call 330-253 4597, extension 166.